1 out of 10. Arceus was good. What the hell happened? The overwhelming crappiness of the game hit me so hard that I'm gonna stop playing and start a review right now. This is savage.
自己紹介お願いします。
オジェです。こんにちは。
ポケモン新作のことは日本人がどう思ってる、検索したいんですけど、何かおすすめの掲示板とかありますか？
いや、ツイッターじゃないかな。ツイッターだと思うよ。
Okay, thanks. 今の感想はどうですか？
いや、なんか、ね、バグってますね、いろいろね。
Yeah, looks like it. Okay.
でもみんな楽しんでると思うよ。ツイッターの、有名なハッシュタグにニャオハタツナっていうのがあって。
ニャオハタツナとはどういう意味ですか？教えてもらえないですか？
スカーレット・バイオレットの御三家が発表された時にニャオハがいて、その時にガオガエンみたいに、最終進化で立つんじゃないかっていうふうに言われてて、それもなるべくみんなが立たないでくれっていう願いをみんなニャオハ立つなっていうハッシュタグでみんな言ってました。
海外にもその気持ちがあった。
ね、実際にはね。
あれ、ね、ニャハの形見ました？
見ました。
感想お願いします。
よかったんじゃない？
実は私はまだ見てない。
よかったと思いますよ。
意外に良かったっていうことです。
意外に良かった。僕は好きです。
ポケモン、これ英語の方がいい？
どちらでもいいです。あと字幕つけますか？
新しいポケモンのゲーム買ったの？
買いました。
どう？
バグだらけだし。バグだらけです。
何バグって？
バグって、例えば、ゲーム自体は？
ゲーム自体がバグ？
ゲーム自体が。
クソゲーってこと？
そんなことです。お様は、ゲームに興味ある？
ゲームに興味あるし、ポケモンも好きなんだけど、DS を持ってない。DS じゃないや。
スイッチね。
スイッチを持ってないんだよね。
はいはいはい。
そうなんだよ。そう、だから友達から情報をいろいろ聞いてるらしいんだけど。
はいはい。友達によると、ゲームはいかがでしょうか？
どうなんだろう。どういう評判なんだろうな。わかんないけど。でも、なんか新しいキャラクターとかは、いろいろテレビ見て知ってるけど。
はいはい。
Alright, so we were advised to go to Twitter to find the latest Japanese fan reactions to Pokemon. Unfortunately, here we are on Twitter. Let's see what we can find. So, Nyaha Tatsuna means stand down Sprigatito. And if you search that, you get a whole lot of posts about people hoping that Sprigatito stays quadrupedal. This guy says, I hope that Fuecoco's final evolution looks like this. So he just gets bigger and bigger. To the people that say, Nyaha Tatsuna, don't stand up, I say, it's already standing. This person's apparently just been canceling their evolution for over 50 levels. Great news, everyone. Sprigatito stayed down. So, regarding the stay down Sprigatito controversy, here's a word from Sprigatito himself. Well, when Sprigatito evolves, it becomes a different Pokemon. So really, Sprigatito never stood up at all. Disgusting logic. I think that's enough Nyaha Tatsuna. Let's see what people actually think of the real game. First of all, let's just try searching Pokemon and see what we get. Pokemon trades. Okay, Pokemon SV is probably what we want. Things about the actual game. Nobody's surprised that this is high up, right? Yeah. Nobody's surprised that this is high up, right? Watch out for Rule 34. Yeah, lots of Iona stuff. Adorable Quagsire stuff. Dude, people really like Quagsire. They're having a great time in multiplayer trying to make bacon towers. That does look pretty fun. This is the future of cooperative gameplay. You dare defy your master? More Quagsire. Here, everybody is vying for the sandwich. Sandwiches are a crucial plot point. Here's the normal type gym leader. This is like a recommended team for raids. More Iono fan art. It's just waifus and Quagsire. Look at all these waifus. How long until we hit the next Quagsire? Here's more Iono. Dude, everybody is so thirsty for this Elite Four member. Nutrient. That's not Japanese. If anybody can tell me what nutrient means. Cool art, though. Oh, here we go. We got another one. Oh, this is so cute. They look like takoyaki, which is octopus balls. Sounds really bad. It also is really bad, but my mom likes it. Really cute. I think the conclusion we can come to just by searching Pokemon SV in Japanese is a lot of Iono fan art, just a lot of waifu fan art in general, a lot of stuff about the crazy Yandere rival, a lot of meme sandwiches, a lot of actual just tips about raids and gameplay, and a lot of Quagsire. So I can see that they also are upset by the illusion of choice. You can see here, this is the scene where you keep saying that you don't want to give him the sandwich, but you have to in the end. They also say that this scene, like, keeps repeating, but Koraidon is really cute, and you shouldn't be such a bully, and you should just give him your sandwich. Order up, food's ready! Alright, let's try and see if we can find some... What does this say? Alright, I'm not going to tell you what this says. Just know that it was about a bug. Took a really long time to actually get to fan art of this guy. I expected this to be near the top as well. More waifus and Quagsires. Let's see if we can find any actual, like, thoughts on the game itself. Okay, let's search a review. We can conclude at least that the hashtag itself is overall just, like, positive. This is just a tech tip for improving your performance. They're saying to reset the game and then move the game data from your SD card into, like, the actual memory of your Switch. And then if you do that, it should be a lot more stable. And then they're sort of like shrugging their shoulders, like, well, it's an open world game, what are you gonna do? この商品のレビュー投稿は制限されてます. So apparently you can no longer review the game on Amazon due to unusual activity. Or like unusual review posts. Whatever that means. And this person is laughing about it. Here is that grass emoji for laughing. So it sounds like they're trying to stop people from leaving bad reviews. Would be my guess. Pokemon Scarlet and Violet, my personal thoughts. So here's actually just a Japanese review. Let's see what this says. So these are the good points. At the very beginning, like, you get a real sense of adventure. At the very beginning, you also feel like the excitement of going on an adventure. They like that you meet a bunch of characters at the start. They say that the environments are bountiful and pretty, the nature of them. Not sure about this one. They say that all of your schoolmates have, like, defined personalities. It really feels, or they really think it's fun that it feels like you're going on an adventure with your schoolmates. And they're just saying they like the treasure hunt. They say that Pokemon have personalities out in the field. And, like, it matches with what it says in their Dex entries. For example, like, taking shelter when there's weather. The sound design in terms of, like, being able to identify where things are based on, like, environmental sound cues, they enjoy that. They enjoy the feeling of eventually being able to go everywhere once you have all the ride stuff unlocked. And they said that it was a really good, like, realization of an open world Pokemon game concept. So overall, I mean, these are all the good points that they listed. This seems to be exceedingly positive. I think they also have negative points, right? So things that were bad. Oh boy, very first thing was they're using the consumers, the players, us, as bug testers. We're paying to bug test, is basically what they said. Second line, lots of bugs. Okay, and they're saying the water effects are, like, too strong and they, like, don't look good. You can clip through the world and see what's behind the environments. Yeah. They're basically saying they went a little bit too far with the removal of gender, and it's really hard to identify who's who. And now it's, like, hard to, like, tell between boys and girls. Yeah, on English Twitter, you could never say that. You would get destroyed. The art style, it, like, doesn't feel like a Pokemon game. It doesn't have, like, that Pokemon flair. And then this is an allusion to the Alolan ride Pokemon. So in Alola, you had a bunch of different ride Pokemon, and they don't like how all of that was condensed into one Pokemon in this game. Kamera ga urusai. The camera sucks ass, and it's really annoying. So they really want the camera to stop freaking out, and it often like forcibly points you in certain directions, and they want them to not do that. And then performance issue comment here. So then when you're on a ride Pokemon and you're moving through, because it sort of like overloads the system, then Pokemon and like items on the ground just don't appear. I know this one. I don't even have to read the whole thing. 小さすぎる Pokemon が見えない. Yeah, some Pokemon are way too small. You can't see them and you run into them. もろもろのシステム改悪. I've never seen this word before, but I know exactly what it means. So kai means to like redo. So if you ever heard of like a kaizo game, generally that means to redo and improve. This is redo and make it worse. So they're saying that various game systems have gotten worse. This would include like removal of set and removal of ability to turn off animations. And I think this is kind of a joke post, but also they're saying like, stop attaching tires and engines to living beings. Maybe that's like a story thing, or they just don't like how Koraidon and Miraidon look. Okay, so here's their final thoughts. It was fun. I mean, it's a Pokemon game. I didn't really mind all of the bugs throughout the actual play experience, like the 3 stories, meaning the gym track, the Titans, and the Team Star. But at the end of the game, I guess this might be spoilers, possibly, if you know the ending. I haven't seen it. But they say that near the end, they seem to have taken inspiration from Nier, like the game Nier, and that they shouldn't be doing that. If the ending was good, then I would have said everything was good. That's the review. I hope that makes more sense if you've actually finished the game. I haven't, so I'm a little confused. Okay, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet review. It's pretty short. The bugs are severe. The graphics are really lagging behind. They're like from several generations ago. They have not progressed at all. It sells because people are interested in it because it's like really cute. But the battles are really boring. They like haven't advanced or evolved at all. And it continues in a thread here. Hey, you guys can read this without my help, right? What do you think they're saying here? They're saying, like, I don't know if it has to do with the capabilities of the Switch, like pushing the limits of the Switch, but the visuals are, like, really lacking. In order to, like, not have the game, like, crash, in order to, like, conserve memory in an open world format, the graphics are far too retro. They look like a PlayStation 1, 2, or Nintendo 64 game. The NPCs and the Pokemon look like they're made of plastic. And this is a sentiment you see everywhere in our English-speaking fan base. You can probably guess because you see 2D here. They're saying, rather than trying to force an open-world experience, why don't you stick to a 2D art style like they did on the DS and just make a new story in that style? And that would be very much like Nintendo. And if you want to make an open-world game, why not put it in the PS5 or the Xbox Series X? Huh, Nintendo? You listening, Nintendo? So this is probably the first review we've seen where they're actually, like, livid. And this pretty much one-to-one mirrors a bunch of stuff that we see here in the West, right? Graphics are ass. Why is this an open-world game if they can't handle making an open-world game? They should try making a 2D game. And that the gameplay is stale and boring. Nintendo-san, are you listening? So this is, like, really weird because we're here investigating the Japanese fans, and they're investigating us. They're commenting on the state of the English Amazon reviews and saying that it looks really bad because there's just a ton of 1-star reviews, 40% of them. We have to go deeper. Now somebody Japanese has to react to us doing this. Alright, let's see if we can translate this. Okay. Anybody seen these characters before? I never thought I'd be writing a negative review for a Pokemon game, but I suppose in this era of AAA nightmares, I have to. Man, I'm really good at English, right? So what do you guys think this guy is saying? I've read this now, I know what they're saying. Lots of problems? Yeah, that's a good guess. A lot of people have been saying that Scarlet and Violet has crashes, it's got severe, like, flickering and poppin'. And on my own playthrough, I've also experienced a ton of these issues. Why is it that the previews or like earlier reviews didn't tell us about this? And this is the big one. Were they hiding it on purpose? a lot of the same sentiments over in the Japanese side of things. They're not very happy either. But that's only if you search for the reviews. On the main page, it's just Quagsire memes. I'm gonna read this to you. And tell me that this isn't a review you've heard 100 times in the Anglosphere. If you want an open world, Safari Zone-esque Pokemon catching experience, then this is the game for you. Don't pay too much attention to the story, okay? Don't worry about that. Just catching Pokemon is fun. Yeah, the game crashes. There's some flickering and graphical issues. I'm really hoping that they fix that in a patch. And it's been a while since we've seen this girl. My review of Pokemon Scarlet Violet. The frame rate is unstable. There's crashes, there's flickering, the graphics are ass. Like, this is really rude. It's really bad what they said here. Like, there's not another way to say that the graphics are this bad. And they say this is a very Japanese thing. So Japanese has a different calendar system than the West. We also use the Western years, but there's also eras based on the current emperor. So for example, I was born in 1994, but in the Japanese system, I was born in Heisei era year 6. So this guy says, it's currently Reiwa era 4, and this guy says, this doesn't look like a game from the Reiwa era. So basically saying it looks like a game from several generations ago. This was just the worst experience. Arceus was good. What the hell happened? And I think we can read the full thing here. Okay, we'll read through this review and that'll be the last one. All of this is just what he said in the Twitter blurb. After the success of Arceus Legends, how the hell did we fall this low? My expectations were betrayed by this piece of crap. The worst possible play experience. 1 out of 10. So today, Pokemon Scarlet and Violet went on sale. So streamers started their playthroughs at midnight, and they were like building up a bunch of hype. But I'd ordered mine through Amazon, so my play experience started a bit later. The overwhelming crappiness of the game hit me so hard that I'm gonna stop playing and start a review right now. This is savage. What? Yeah, a 1 out of 10? That's correct. I'm gonna sell this game tomorrow. For real. So I was really looking forward to this game. And my first Pokemon experience in a while was with Arceus. And I really liked it. So because of that, I pre-ordered and purchased this game. And then as soon as I started playing, I was wondering to myself, how the hell did this happen after Arceus? And then he's wondering, like, is the reason for that because the team that made this game was different than Arceus? This doesn't even feel like a game that came from, like, the same company. And then I'll tell you the 2 main reasons why I decided to stop playing. The graphics are turbo ass, and the frame rate is unacceptable. This guy is based. These issues are so severe that those 2 issues kill the entire game. Like, it's impossible to actually have fun and, like, play the game because of how pervasive those 2 issues are. Well, I mean, these are still images. The frame rate looks fine to me. It's not in the article. You get an impression of how bad the graphics are from these still images, but if you play the game, it's even worse. Due to the unstable frame rate and the constant flickering, you've got village people, just like the NPCs, that are using like teleportation jutsus and flying all over the place. Cutscenes are really like laggy and slow, and they basically don't show anything at all. Like they always keep, it really feels like they were cutting corners. And then this is like, by the way, how come on menus and the Pokédex and other status screens, why in the world does it take a second to load? Are you all dunces, fools, idiots? Oh my goodness, I've never seen such angry Japanese in my life. They put it in red. And they said, oh, and if you buy ice cream from like a vendor, well, they gave you a cutscene. However, it's just ice cream in the background while your character floats in and takes a bite. What in the world is this? It feels really, really half-assed. They were so appalled by the eating cutscene that they should have just left it out. Just playing the game stresses him out. And this is despite the fact that he was really, really looking forward to this. And then at the outset of the game, I was excited to like start controlling my character. And then, oh, the new starters, they're so cute. I was getting excited. So then they said that they'd initially intended to pick Sprigatito, but they were so charmed by our friend Hogeta, Fuecoco, that they ended up choosing Fuecoco. But then, unfortunately, with Fuecoco by his side, as he progressed through the game, all of the aforementioned issues, the graphics and the jank, got so severe that he just stopped playing. If it was the same staff that made Legends Arceus that also worked on this game, was it the shift to the open world that resulted in this level of broken jank? So I guess this person is not aware that Arceus and Scarlet and Violet were developed simultaneously. Not that that's really an excuse for the game we got. How could you possibly enjoy an open world experience with such horrific graphics and flickering performance issues? For me, that's a no-go. Right before the game arrived, I was thinking that this was just going to be like an evolution of Arceus, but in an open world. Like, this is going to be the perfect game for me. And that's why I became, I think they registered for Nintendo Online. They were really looking forward to the multiplayer. They had to have known about how crap it felt to play this game while they were testing it. And disregarding that, they decided to sell it anyway. Don't you think there's something wrong with that? This is the same thing we heard before where people pay to playtest. And they were thinking that the development team was just hoping that the actual paying customers would suss out the bugs. And then, as I said earlier, I'm gonna be selling this game off. I can't deal with this. It is unthinkable to me that we get a product of this poor quality after Arceus. I'm really glad that I bought a physical copy, so that gets me out of this bind. If I had gotten the downloadable version, I'd be weeping. Or like, when I got to the first big city, that's when I stopped my playthrough. Is there anything good I can say about this game? Well, Fuecoco is really cute, and that's about it. Seeing it in motion, it's really cute, you just want to pinch its cheeks. That was great. You've heard this line before, right? Pretty much they're saying people only bought this game because it's a Pokemon game. Like, it's really carried by the franchise's strength. This level of crap, because it's Pokemon, there's tons of people that'll put up with it and like White Knight for it. Never heard that before. And then this character that was shown in advertisements and preview, Iono. She looks really cute and like her actions are really cute, but I quit playing the game before I could even meet her. Iono seems to be really popular with the people. Another line you're probably familiar with, don't call me a Nintendo hater. That's not why I left this scathing review. I left a review for Arceus, and I gave it a perfect score. That's all for the review. As an aside, if you look on an overseas Metascore review, so overseas for him means the English world for us, you can see that the score is 77. For a big release, that's a little low, isn't it? P.S. If you want to compare the state of this game to another game that's come out, it's comparable to Cyberpunk 2077 in terms of how severe the issues are. They specifically said the PS4 version of Cyberpunk 2077, which was literally unplayable. PS. The downloaded version seems to have even worse issues than the physical version. This is almost exactly stuff that we've heard on our end of things. 1 out of 10. By the way, I agree with everything in this review. But we are going to, let's just look at some fun Quagsire memes. And this person says, 4X week. That's cute. Alright, I think that's about it for today. We'll end on the 4X week image.